Catch you guys back there. All right, I hope you guys found that informative. I quite did. I don't know a lot about the EU. I learned a lot. But next up, we're going to be figuring out how to bring more people into Web3. And to that end, we brought Stephen McPherson, our BD rep from Sonic Labs, Minnie from Go Hodl, the co-founder, Mickey Hardy from Arcadia Enterprises, and again, Kris from Sonic Labs. So please give them a round of applause as they enter the stage. Hey man, it's going to be great.
My fault.
Sorry for joining.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here. Hoping to learn a little bit of information about user adoption from our guests here. It's going to be a nice panel. One of our panelists didn't really show, but that's okay. We're going to push forward anyway. So let's start off with some intros. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourselves and the organizations you're here with?
So my name is Kris. I'm French, like you can hear with my bad accent. And basically, I organize with my wife, Ligia, the Sonic and Soda events. It's like the friendly wings events from Foundation and all around Europe.
Awesome, awesome. Nice to be here with you guys. Thanks for moderating. My name is Mickey. I'm the chairman of the Arcadia group. We are probably one of the larger marketing firms in the space. We manage 500 creators with a client portfolio of a cumulative FDV of 50 billion across 7 clients, so really focused on major layer ones, foundations, sovereign wealth funds, and different venture capital firms, helping them use our creators to enter the space, go viral, drive sentiment and narrative with real adoption.
Nice. So I'm both going to ask the same questions to both of you. We'll start off with what do you think are the main barriers preventing mass adoption of Web3, like for normies?
Well, it's a very, very good question. I used to think that Web3 was about decentralization, but finally, I guess it's more for me to re-centralizing finally the human things and to focus on the real purpose. Because I guess people doesn't care in my mind about to be decentralized. That just want to be not excluded of things of society. So this is my first perspective about Web3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest, there's some really good projects in the space, but they're way too incredibly technical. They try to enter the market with all these big buzzwords, ZK, infra, DeFi, roll-ups, et cetera, and honestly, the average person literally has no clue how it affects them. And right now, when there's more projects than ever, and attention span is lower than ever, I think that's a pretty big blocker. People don't know how to get involved in these ecosystems. They don't understand the tech. So I think we're going to talk about education, but being able to break it down in layman's terms. Hey, here's what this project does. Here's how it affects you. Here's how it benefits you. That's a really important.
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of real-world use case scenarios that haven't been, done yet do you think could increase adoption, globally?
Maybe the first thing it's to, in my point of view, it's to think that we have to build Web3 is to build a new citizenship. We onboard people. We can do it with meaning, I guess, with purpose, and because we don't onboard people with vision, we onboard people with use case. Like for example, for healthcare or for education, or to onboard people in DeFi or something like that, you have to give meaning to mass people to give us the things to come to us. Yeah.
Very good. What type of marketing needs to happen to attract new long-term users? I mean, this is probably up your alley.
Yeah, I think everyone here can probably sympathize with this, but different crypto projects like to invent problems that don't exist and then create the solutions to them. I think that the best marketing is when the project has real world compatibility and usability. and it can have like a seamless integration with someone's day-to-day, solve a problem that they genuinely encounter on a day-to-day basis. That's probably the most effective thing, rather than a lot of these different projects trying to come to market with solving a problem that doesn't exist and being like, hey, you never knew you had this problem, maybe you should try us out. It's just like totally counterintuitive.
Right, right. So at Sonic, we're implementing native level account abstraction. How do you think that these new emerging technologies will increase adoption again? Like removing, self-custody and wallets and all that, having to take care of your keys and all that stuff, which I like to do, but, might be a little bit of a barrier for some.
I guess, in my point of view, Sonic started to create a real bonds with people, and it's clearly the point. The fact that when you give power and when you give the freedom to builders and developers to build something for the future of people, it's more easier to bring people, And I didn't see yet any other chain to build that, and that's why we're here since 2 days right now. And to my mind, I think the most important is to give the power to the visionary to build something for people.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, people just want to feel like they're a part of something larger than themselves. So we work with like the Shiba Inu team on a very small matter of things, but the reason why memes are so prominent is because people feel like they're a part of something greater, right? I think this type of tech gives people, like, obviously, low barrier to entry, but it makes them feel like they're part of something new, emerging. So yeah, that's cool. I like that aspect of it.
Right on. So how do you guys think that Web3 can change industries like, TradFi, gaming, social media in the next 5-10 years? Anything?
I guess to own your own data. I guess it's the main point for me. To be owner of your own data, of your privacy as well. It's not the case in general right now, I guess, because for example, some company trade our data or some healthcare data, or they just sell our info to some commercial or some marketing company. So I guess the most important is to really give the power of the privacy of people, and it can only be possible, I guess, with the Web3 and with all the infrastructure that Sonic built right now. Yeah.
That's a good point. I think the biggest room for adoption is probably like the Trojan horse model, where people are using the tech, but they don't really know they're using the tech. So like you go on Ticketmaster and you're scanning a ticket and it comes right up and you can't be replicated and it's verifiable. It's actually an NFT. Or you're going to do payroll and you can send your payroll from the U.S. to Romania, which is where my COO is based. Traditionally, it would take 14 days for a wire to clear. I think showing the average person, like, hey, you can use stables to process this in 20, 30 seconds. It's a pretty good use case where we can use it as a Trojan horse. Be like, okay, here's the value prop. It benefited you, and then here's the underlying tech that caused it.
Right, makes sense, yeah. What role do you see education playing from all the projects in driving adoption as well? We clearly, even if we abstract a lot of this stuff away, there's still going to be a level of educating that needs to be done. I'm sure you've all or both had family and friends that have, you're trying to help them figure some of the stuff out. So what role do you think that education plays in all this?
It's the main thing. It's the main point, I guess. And Sonic started with a Sonic University, of course. But we have to educate people, and I guess it started on the school when you are little, I guess, because we have to give a meaning to people to start learning the things. Because if people understand the power of what will come in the few years right now. A lot of school maybe has to think and has to build a special program, in Web3, for example, or like we heard yesterday with the Columbia students and everyone else. So I guess the main point is really to start a specific program to onboard people with the real use case on the university and on little school. Right?
Yeah, it's well said. It's something that a lot of our clients encounter because they're super tech oriented. Like these products, like are native, like native L1s, native L2s. A lot of these top 100 tokens, they're extremely tech oriented, very complicated. They have brilliant, computer scientists working years and years and years to develop it, and they almost get lost in what they have made. And it's really good. And a lot of the top, chains have like these beautiful payment processors and enterprise programs, but they're so complicated, right? And if you're trying to compete for mindshare on like Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, WeChats in China, wherever it is, you can't have that portrayed in that same way. You have to break it down where the everyday man can understand it. And so definitely education, but it can't be done from the main account. It needs to be done from a variety of creators coming into the ecosystem to create content.
And I guess also it's the responsibility from also from our governments to help also school program to build or to help genius or to help brilliant students to develop the content, to develop course lesson. And I guess it will be one of the main point for the next geopolitical situation because technology it's not everything, but it's a big thing, and it can help some country to grow, of course. So I guess it's also the government responsibility to carry on of that.
Right on. What incentive do you think is most effective for platforms to use to attract new users? Like, do you think financial, social? Like, what do you think is best?
There is so many ways, I guess, to do that. Yes, of course, incentive, but we all know incentive. What's happened sometimes with incentive, but maybe we can think when you are on social fee apps, for example, maybe you can earn some knowledge or something like that, because knowledge is power. We all know that. So maybe, in my view, maybe for social fee apps to make the user win some knowledge or some course, some specific things, maybe fit for their life. Maybe it should be a good idea to onboard people.
Well said. Yeah, I mean, Charlie Munger says, show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. Like, everyone wants to make money, but I think as people go down the user experience, the incentive can change. So maybe in the beginning, it's like a points farming campaign or a stake to earn or something of this nature, which I think is really good for like that initial eyeball, right? To get that initial attention. But then as they go down the ecosystem and they start to learn, like, okay, this is what the tech does. Here's the funding, the backers, the vision, the team, the et cetera. Maybe the incentives change. And it goes from, oh, I can stake to make like a little APY to like, maybe I can, to build on this and be a part of something bigger than what I initially thought.
Yeah, to get a little bit of like sticky adoption. Yeah. How can partnerships with traditional industries accelerate crypto adoption? Like, how do you see crypto augmenting existing industries?
It's a good question.
No, yeah, I mean, I can't disclose who they are, but I'll just say like one of the projects that we work with, the CEO of the company's also the CEO of the biggest AI company that has existed. They just raised a bunch of money, and I think it's important. Like, you need people who are established, who have careers, who have like real funding, real teams, real system of processes. We need them building. We need them bringing in their intellect, their intelligence, their team, their operations into crypto. Like, people want to separate the two. Like, it's a different way to run a business, but at the end of the day, it's a business, right?
Right.
So it's super important. Yeah.
Right. From a marketing perspective, how do you guys treat, marketing towards existing crypto users versus marketing towards new users?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of you guys were here in the 2021 bull run, where it was like you could have an influencer go online and be like, hey, buy this, going to the moon, 1000x, and it's just like everyone would rush in, and it was kind of easy. And I think that's why we saw so many like boom and bust, and now it's people are safeguarding their liquidity, right? They're, who's trying to scam me, who's trying to do this, that. and they're very slow to trust.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it goes back to what we were talking about education. It's like, okay, if someone were to take a week to become a new part of an ecosystem, now it's a month.
Right.
And in that time, a lot of projects give up. They think like, oh, my marketing isn't working. I can't penetrate the demographic that I want to. But in reality, it's just about building trust over a long time.
Right on.
Yeah, maybe we can try to push the marketing in another level and maybe in another direction, because we all know what's happened since now maybe 2021. A lot of influencers, a lot of people, a lot of scammers came in our industry, and maybe that's why we are not we are supposed to be right now, because I guess in the content, and that's why that's what we try to do every day. It's to educate people in another way, on more fair way and more intelligent way, to bring them some information or some data useful for them.
How important would you say user experience is? Like, how much more do things need to be honed before, a less technical user would be able to enter the space? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, we have a quote for every single one of the projects that we work with. Perception of reality is more real than reality itself. What people are seeing, what people are feeling, it's like more important than what's actually going on behind the scenes, right? And that's all about UI, experience, every single touch point that the user feels, every single page they click, the colors that they're stimulated with, like it's all science at the end of the day. So it's like the most important aspect of
Yes.
marketing is the experience.
100%, and we have a lot of example on Sonic. For example, Shadow. For example, Shadow is for me one of the best example in our ecosystem right now, because it's very small. It's everything. It's very simple. It's very easy to use, and that's what we have to do, I guess, in the future to onboard more people on it.
Right. What's one mistake that you've seen crypto projects trying to make while trying to attract new users?
I would just double click on what I was saying earlier. They come to this market with all these crazy tech terms that no one understands.
Right,
Like,
right.
like the average person does not know what restaking is.
Right.
and like you could spend hundreds of millions of dollars developing out that platform. I'm not discrediting its authenticity, but people don't understand it, right?
Right.
And you get this issue where these really complex tech, they just can't resonate with the individual person. I know I've harped on it, but like at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Right on.
Yes, yes, for sure. I guess it's to be too technical puts boundaries between people, regular people, and our industry. We have to popularize the things, and I told to one founder yesterday, and he asked me how I can improve my marketing and my content education. It's when I check your post, it's too technical, and 99% in this world can't understand anything of what you say. But he told me, yes, but it's very simple to understand. And this is the things, this is the boundaries. We really have a mission, I guess, everyone here. It's to popularize the thing, to onboard more people, and to make them more comfortable to use the apps.
Right on. I think we're just about out of time, so I think we'll wrap it up there. But thank you guys. It was great. I learned a lot, and hopefully everybody else here did too. Enjoy the rest of the panels.
I wish 8-Bit Sam was here.
You won 1K. Congratulations, bro. Thank you.